There's this feeling of dread that you might feel when you step into a dentist's office or a doctor's office if you don't want to be there. Maybe walking into a job interview that you don't feel great about, or heading into a meeting with someone that you know is upset at you and is about to tell you things you don't want to hear. You just get that knot in your stomach, your chest feels tight. And that's how I feel today, knowing that I need to communicate to the people that I work with that this company has to downsize considerably. It's not going to be a major shock to anybody. Things for the last few months have been kind of rough. And we've had conversations internally about how much is appropriate to share with the vlog audience. It's a really weird position to be in, because if you think about a company like Apple or Ford, Dell, whatever, if you knew the kind of drama that went on behind the scenes at these companies, if you knew about every single instance where they experienced a setback or things weren't going as well as they might have hoped, probably, on average, people would be less likely to buy goods and services from that company. So we've realized that here, if we are brutally honest about how things are going at the company, it makes it more likely that potential clients will see that and want to do business with us less. So brutal honesty about the inner workings of the company is not in the best interests of the company. Because I've enjoyed being open and honest about things in the past that maybe most people wouldn't be, this has felt very strange to me, but I have erred on the side of doing what's best for the business. So for you guys, this might come as more of a shock than certainly anybody here would feel. But the reality of the situation is that we hired a bunch of people and bought a bunch of equipment, hoping that we could then bring in enough clients to sustain that headcount and those equipment loans. But for a multitude of reasons, we were not able to get our income to catch up with our expenses. So we're in a position where we need to scale down and lean against just the things that are bringing in money. And that really sucks, because I feel like I'm letting my employees down. I also personally am probably going to need to try to find some other job to work so that I have enough money to live, because everything that the company is making right now is going to bills, payroll that we still owe people, and paying the people who are still going to be working here in the near term. This is certainly not a thing that I'm giving up on, but this is a significant setback. There are so many decisions that I can look back on that led us to this point that I wish I had made differently. But obviously the only thing I can do at this point is try to learn from those mistakes and do better next time. At this point, I have had conversations with everybody here, so everybody knows what is happening. I wanted to reiterate that it is really hard for me to not feel like I have let each and every single one of you down, and I'm very sorry for that. It means a lot to me that even though the last few months have been hard and full of uncertainty, that you have all still shown up and put in work. I don't think that there is anything that can properly articulate how thankful I feel for that. But it has become painfully obvious that at this point it is tremendously unfair to ask people to work without knowing when that money will be able to come in to pay you for your work. Thank you for everything that you have all done to get us this far. I hope that someday we can all say that it was worth it. The amount of love and support that came pouring out in the comments on yesterday's video and on Twitter yesterday and on Patreon has just been overwhelming in a good way. In the past, whenever I've put up something that was kind of sad or real, there's always a good handful of people who say nice things in the comments, so I expected about the same level as that. The sheer magnitude of people who had really nice things to say was completely unexpected. The Patreon thing was completely unexpected as well. It didn't even cross my mind that Patreon would be affected by any of this, but last I checked, our Patreon intake per month has gone up by like $300, which is just... I don't have words. As I said in yesterday's video, interacting with this community is one of the few things in my life that feels really good right now. Everything that has come out of posting that video yesterday has just reinforced that. I don't know where we're going from here, but I am so thankful to have all of you here on this journey with me as I figure out my life and hopefully change the world.